Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. Welcome to Frugal Friday. I'm Susan Kramer and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. Let me find myself here. I like to make sure my video is just so, not too many shadows, so you can see clearly. I will give you a heads up. I got a new phone holder with a ring light for Christmas, and I'm going to work on learning how to use that in the near future, and so my videos are going to be changing. My tripod is to my right here, and I always think that you are sitting next to me and I'm just sharing with you, and so that's why I don't get nervous when I do videos. Sometimes I do if I'm not really prepared for a video, but anyway. So today we're talking about, what if you have a piece of paper, it could be a pre-printed, designer series paper, or it could be a background you created and you just don't like it. Like this one has been sitting in my craft area for quite a while. I was doing a color wash and I think I didn't quite like the colors. And so I added some marker and that didn't make me like it any better. So this is where today's idea started. What if you have a piece of pattern paper that you don't like? I have some tips and tricks or ideas for you that maybe you can try it. Or on the other hand, it's just a piece of paper, throw it away and move on. So, but I'm going to see if we can't find some things to do with this paper that maybe I'll like it and use it on a card. So my first idea is to use a really big stamp and just stamp over the top of it and see what you think. I think my colors here were a Night of Navy washed, and then that looks like Pretty Peacock. I don't know what the red is, and I'm not sure what maybe Cherry Cobbler, and maybe Cherry Cobbler marker to add some interest to the lines. I don't know what it is. But we're gonna add some Night of Navy blue. Oh no, it turned upside down. Hold on. Emergency. Oh, not too bad. Let me put some paper towel down real quick. Maybe I can soak that up. All right. Anyway, back to our paper here. Okay. I'll hold on to my ink pad a little better. Night of Navy. We're going to see if I like it better with a big stamp. I inked it up really well. I wish I were using my Stamparatus or some stamp positioner because I get one shot, lots of ink. I'm going to center it and then I can always trim it down if I want. So I might do this and then trim it down and then the background is less noticeable. So that's my first idea. And I have a couple. Hold that for just a second. All right. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I like how it covers it up. The background is less noticeable. I wish I had taken a picture of that background before I started. So that's idea number one. I do have another sample or the rest of my demonstration is going to be using this designer series paper. And it was from the Unbounded Beauty designer series paper that is now retired. And I just don't like the orange. Orange just isn't my thing, except for leaves in the fall. The backside is kind of meh too, and I had both of these full sheets. So I cut it up and I have some ideas. So my first thing is, you'll see this in a minute. Let's see here. So I die cut an H and a B out of it. You'll see that in a minute, but I can't decide what color I want to stamp on it. So I'm going to use just a scrap. I have Early Espresso here to see if I want brown. I have Timid Tiger. I believe that color on the pattern paper is Peach Pie. Here's Timid Tiger if we want to try an orange. Oh, that doesn't show up very well at all. Good thing I am practicing. Or Cajun Craze, so it's a dark orange. And see what we think of that. So I'm just doing this to give myself an idea of what color I might like on here. The Cajun Craze, it coordinates and blends with it. So another idea later on, that might be an option, either one of those. But I like the early espresso. So my idea for this one would be another large stamp. Again, happy birthday. Where is it? You can see this one has been used a lot. I'm going to pick it up. This time I'm not going to drop my ink pad. And I'm not going to center it. That way I can trim it down. This one isn't quite as large as that other happy birthday that I used on my first idea, my first sample. So there. Oh, that's pretty good. And then trim it down and add some layers. And the background is much less noticeable. So there we go. There. I do like that one. Let me clean this off. I have more ideas. Stay with me. I'll be quick. All right, let's get things out of the way. And we'll keep these handy so I can show you at the end. I'm going to close these. So another idea I had was to die cut from that. And you saw me stamp on the, what letter? H. So I die cut HB, and then I stamped happy birthday. And I would probably adhere these pieces back in. I don't think I'll make this a card. My H is a little bit crooked, even though I had washi tape holding it down. So there's an idea. Die cut out of it, and then you'll see less of it as for your background. My next idea is to use it as a layer. So I just have a standard layer 4 by 5 1/4, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. So maybe just use the paper you don't like as a layer so that you're covering it up with other things. I couldn't figure out what color this red was. Berry Burst was listed on the paper, but it didn't really coordinate. So I could stamp there or add, here, let's just move these around and put happy birthday and then add something so that my focal point is not my paper anymore. My focal point is now my beautiful flower or my sentiment. So there's another idea. I'm not done. Stay with me. I have one more idea. Well, 2 more ideas. So again, this is a paper I'm not so fond of. What if I add this on top of it? We'll take the happy birthday and the white flower back just to show you. So I'm going to cover up some of it with my peach pie and then cover up more with my white flower and then do happy birthday that way, a little less noticeable, or change up your colors. So that was peach pie because I think that's what the background is. What if I do something that coordinates but doesn't match necessarily? This is Timid Tiger. Again, I'm not sure what that red is. So that changes it a lot. So my last idea, I'm going to keep those handy, is just to stamp on it. Use it as a background. So I've used this on quite a few samples just now. I'm going to bring my scrap paper back in. So I'm going to stamp on the back side. And I only have shaded spruce. I thought that would work because you would see it. So pretend I don't like this. I do like this. I just didn't happen to use it. So use that as your starting layer and then add to it. So I am using the 2026 Virtual Card Making Retreat. This is coming up at the end of January. And this is included in your retreat kit. And I've been using this stamp set a lot. This is a very large image. We can just add that to our background. You know what? I'm going to grab some more stamps out of here. I really like this. Sorry for the noise. This one is like writing. And I'm going to stick with one color just to make it monochromatic. That'd be kind of interesting. So I'm just stamping over top of my flowers. And where did that leaf go? Here. This is also from the same stamp set. So I'm just going to fill in some of these empty spaces. So if you don't like your paper, just cover it up with stamping. And then maybe you'll like it better. I really like this now. There we go. Put a big, where's my white flower? Let's pull these all back. I'm going to close my ink so I don't make a mess. So hopefully I've given you some starting ideas. When I say die cut, obviously that could be punching too if you have punches instead. So you can, if you have paper you don't like, stamp on it. Use just a part of it and make coordinate it with other papers if you don't have the matching one. Use it as a layer, but cover it up. Again, die cut or punch from it, and then it becomes not your focal point, and you can stamp on it. So that's what I have for you today. Use the paper you don't like, because there's always a pattern in a pack of designer series paper. There's always one that's not my favorite. So here's some ideas, and maybe it'll become your favorite. Thanks for joining me. Happy stamping!